Okay, round two. Y'all know me. Still same old me, but a bit low key. Uh, so, we're trying to get this stuff done. We're trying to eat right. We're trying to do right. Let me show you what we got going on. Because I've been in the lab with the pen and the pad. See, we got it. Trying to get this damn label off. Look at this right here. That's what made me think of that. I was fighting to get this thing open. This is the... We're going to sit down and go through this. Okay, this is the spirulina and the chlorella. Okay, so the spirulina is like really good for you or whatever. And then the chlorella, it pulls the toxins out of you. Plant-based bits of food. So you get that. If you sign up with all the stuff, you get a bag of this. It's got a little bit of both. And the serving size is 30 tablets. And there's 33 servings. So I figure in a month. What I did was I split this by 3. Okay. So then I figured there's enough we can take about 10 a piece. And then I dumped it out. Dumped it out in one. I took this here. Shook a little bit out here. Shook a little bit out here. Shook a little bit out here. And then by shaking these like a gold pan, they'll all shake down and get flat. And you can see, and then I put one paper plate back into here, and then one in here for the wife, one in here for Dennis. Okay, and then I found this little book, man. They got this little book here. That's how the prep. So we got 2 different kinds. If you take your bags, you can put 2 sets in one box. So that's a nice little pack your stuff in the pantry tip. Okay, then the Baja salt. Okay, this is actually low sodium, high mineral, so that's good. Fix to bag that up. Okay, so this right here, this is what this is. If you want to screenshot this or whatever, probably not doing it the best. Super good. It's got something in it. Let's see if I can find it here. One of these deals is like really, like your body makes it, and then when you get old, you don't make it no more. So that's your basic stuff. So this is food. This is not like, I mean, this is fast food. Like you get a handful of it, eat it, and then like, so here's this deal. Let me see. Okay. Sorry, I'm laughing. This is the most granola thing I've ever done in my life. So, here we have. Love is ancient. Oh. Algae was the first life on Earth. Probably not, but anyways. You can switch your perception of algae. Algae, first life on Earth, blah, blah, blah. Don't know how much I believe that, but love is mysterious, so is algae. Algae, this came in the box, by the way. Like, I'm not getting paid to do this for real. Okay, this is the point of this. The mitochondria. Okay, so that's what powers your cells. So anyway, algae is a mystery because it's not grown here like other fruit crops, but it is a multi-billion-dollar food industry in Asia where they have grown it and use it daily for 50 plus years. Okay, so your mitochondria are a mystery. You cannot see them, but they are vital for life and longevity because as you age, you have fewer of them, and this causes disease and decline. So when you see the effects of aging, what that is, in my opinion, is you just kind of run down. Like your cells are always replacing. The mitochondria is what powers the cell. And the coolest part, like I learned this back in the late 90s, early 2000s. There was a guy that came out and there's a certain type of microscope at the center of the mitochondria, there's a little spark of electricity, and it's just sitting there wiggling. It's just like that, but it's in the shape of a cross. You know what I mean? So I thought that was super cool, and like like Jesus is really in us, type of thing. So without getting too hokey on you, let's go back scientific. Remarkably, mitochondria evolved from algae. Blah blah. It did not, but anyways, God made us. Love is necessary. So is algae. Why is it algae? Why are you algae now? Why are you algae now? Why are you algae? He ain't gay. He's all perked up because that other one's in heat. He's so bad that he can't go outside right now. He definitely is not gay. Our world is toxic. Sorry, I'm trying to be quiet. My wife's asleep. You guys calm down. Be quiet. My wife's asleep. That's not her. That's not her. That's like Mother Earth or something. I don't know. Our world is toxic. The ocean's polluted. Our soil is lifeless. Our food is inflammatory and drug use is escalating. Our mental health is suffering and chronic disease is skyrocketing. We are so undernourished and so full of toxins our bodies and brains can't function. I agree with that statement 100%. If you fix this deal right here, everything else gets better, for sure. Everything. Look at the tan on this guy. Look at the tan. Algae is the solution. Why are you algae? You are algae. It is the most nutrient-dense food in the world. Hey, I'm telling you right now, nutrient-dense food. This is a food, okay? This entire thing that'll feed you once a day for a month. Net weight, 9 ounces. Okay, so for you preppers out there, if you're going to put something in your backpack to try to get somewhere, and you have, your, we'll call this algae hiking, instead of being al dente, eating rice that has no nutrition, because you got a bucket of rice you can eat, Vitality Bits. I do not know how long these stay good, but they're like a little chunky thing, and then like you can chew them up or you can just eat them. So I'm assuming they're going to last until they get wet, and it's like it's algae. So does it go bad? I don't know. I do not know. I got like the 3 month subscription, and I'm doing it here at Unit T, and then we're going to do it up there at Tinker 2 and the farm. So I got 3 elders up there. So we're gonna we're gonna eat some algae is a solution. It is the most nutrient dense food in the world. It is effortlessly nourishes the body and the brain back to health in seconds. You get a handful of it and you pop it in your mouth and swallow it, drink some water. Done. Hydration. Like if the balloon's gone up, we gotta go. It is the fan is dispersing the poo. You know what I mean? Like if you got this right here, like if you got this from there and you didn't open it, you just like put it in your backpack. You just added 9 ounces to your backpack with the nutrition you need for a month. The one side of it, the spirulina, is the nutrition, and the chlorella binds to the heavy metals and stuff, and you just poo it out. So like if there's like, you're worried about fallout from brake dust in the city, like smog, all the way up to, some type of nuclear war, some type of fallout. Like, I don't know, Yellowstone went off, and there's ashes everywhere, and I'm breathing ashes, and I need to get rid of this volcanic ash. Look at him. Look at this. He's ready for some volcanic ash. I was like, what's that sound? He's not gay. Okay. Algae is a food similar to nuts, blueberries, or kale, except algae has over 1,000 eggs of nutrition. Love is wholesome. So is algae. 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 Why are you gee? Algae. We did. Okay, we're gonna switch this up. What? Because I've been in the lab with a pen and pad trying to get this damn label off. Y'all know me. Still same algae, but I've been low key. Hated on, but loved by the Asians. Love is grown. Y'all know me. Still same algae, but I've been low key. Hated on. I gotta work on that. I need to make a. I'm gonna make a song. I'm gonna send it to these people and see if I can get sponsored. This is the millennium of aftermath. Like after shit hits the fan. Like, man, this is writing itself. See, I'm documenting the journey. Like, somebody put this together in a song. Okay, 2 forms of algae. Well, I about said the N word with a hard A or slurred A. Algae. Nickel. Did ya? How can I say that without getting in trouble? Y'all know me. Still the same algae, but I've been low key. Microalgae. I hope you guys are having fun with this. Like, I really hope you're having fun. Microalgae and microalgae is seaweed. It has very little nutritional value. There are 2 forms. Micro and macro. So we want the biggity back. Crisscross will make you jump. Spirulina makes you think. Man, I'm really connecting some dots here. Okay. Micro algae, spirulina. Oh, the back is bad. Micro good. Macro is algae seaweed. And okay, so the bad rap. This Mac, the Mac, Bernie Mac got a bad rap. Microalgae is a feed. It is not a supplement. So that's very important. Our spirulina and chlorina algae are grown in triple filtered freshwater farms in Taiwan, air dried without high heat to preserve all the nutrients and pressed into tiny bits of food without binders. So they got that BS in there. That's real good. On a serious tip, love is pure, so is algae. Nickel. Algae tablets have 1 ingredient. We call our algae tablets bits because their bits are whole food. Nothing added, just subtracted. I guess that'd be the water they took out. 100% pure nutrition. A way effortless to swallow, blend, chew, or travel. So you can add this to your anything green if you're blending something up. So that is super cool. If you're into them, 1 ingredient, 1 calorie, 0 sugar, 0 zinc, 40 nutrients. Keto, vegan, non-GMO. Love is effortless. So is algae. Well, I'm going to have to dispute that statement. Love is long-suffering. And took a while for that to dry out. So we'll go with that instead. Be nourished easily and instantly. Blend, swallow, or chew. I wouldn't chew that stuff for nothing. That's just me. It tastes like, I mean, if you're a salad eater, I guess it might be good. Algae tablets are fast food. Each tiny bit contains the same nutrition as an entire plate of vegetables without any cooking, cleaning, spoilage, digestive issues, carbs, lectins, or oxalates. So you see this right here? The lectins. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Sorry, I didn't mean to get your face. You see this in this area here? There's no lectins. Look how happy she is. Look at that. She's got a belly full of food, and she is chilling. It doesn't cause any the no spoilage. That's very interesting. Okay. Love is energizing. So is algae. Nickel. Uh, spirulina and algae is energizing and nourishing. And look at this guy. Is this guy like swatting him away? Is he trying to sniff his ass and he's slapping him? Oh, they're racing. Yeah, I think they're racing. Uh, yeah, here's the rest of him. Yeah, there's somebody running over there too. I was like, what the hell? Is that dude like just trying to sneak up there and like sniff him? Why are you gay? Anyway, I probably shouldn't have said that. Our food no longer provides the body brain nutrition. This is a fact. This is fact of business right here. Getting serious. Our food no longer provides our body or brain the nutrients we need to function optimally. Soils are damaged. Our food is overprocessed. Yada yada yada. There's restoring the mitochondria back to health. What's not to live? Okay, God bless. You know, they're really trying to sell this stuff because, and I believe it. I believe that they're doing the best they can for a good reason. It's a good call. You know, the people over in Japan have been eating this stuff forever and a day. Our food is full of toxins and nutrients. Blah blah. The average adult 700 carries 700 toxins, and that's just how many times. That's just how many times. I don't know how accurate that is. It's probably worse than that, in my opinion. Causes damage. Damages our DNA and mitochondria and the gut. Okay, here we go. Chlorella algae is proven. This is always why I opened this right here. The chlorella algae is proven to remove toxins, heavy metals, and pesticides. Chlorella also kills bacteria, helps boost cellular renewal and immune health, sleep, digestion, and elimination, and can even replace the need for greens. Might be good if you're doing 75 hard and eating a carnivore diet like I'm currently doing. 75 days of eating the carnivores. So, love gives you life. So does algae. Algae mitochondria brings mitochondria back to life. Okay, superoxide dismutase, SOD. This is pretty important. It binds to free radicals. Superoxidized dismutase in water and oxygen. I'm not sure how you do that math. I don't know why it's plus equals. So I guess it binds to this and just turns it into water and oxygen in the mitochondria or something. I don't know. I don't know what it does. Let's see what it does. Mitochondria works to generate cellular energy, ATP, which is necessary for everything you do, from thinking to breathing. Mitochondria not only keep you healthy, they keep you alive, but as we age, mitochondria die and become damaged, which leads to lower energy, accelerated aging, and chronic disease. To stop this, mitochondria need protection from the free radicals that are released from ATP production. Okay, so while your body's making this, it releases these free radicals. So this little jerk gets out the antioxidant that stops free radical damage is called superoxide dismutase, SOD. Okay, so you know we got the little jerks on the block that run around, and then like this is the cop that like rounds them up, takes them to jail or whatever. Okay, but our bodies stop producing SOD after the age of 30. So they defunded the police with this bad nutrition. Okay, and now it's just chaos in the streets. Energy myths. Algae has the highest concentration of SOD in the world. Okay, now, which helps bring you back and your mitochondria back to life, just like love does. Okay, so now, you know, if you want to take over DC, you know what I mean? It's going to be so great. We'll have energy bits and algae. We'll use the superoxide dismutase to round up all these free radicals. It'll round up these free radicals with the superoxide dismutase. It'll turn the water into oxygen. It's going to be so great. Just like love does. Love stinks. Yeah, yeah. You got to break a few eggs to make an omelet. Love is proven. So is algae. Algae benefits. Go hard with algae. Proven in science. Oh, here, well, follow the science. Here we go. Look, we got bugs. There's a blender and a bunch of. Oh, there's a device. And look at this. Books are stacked up. Somebody read this stuff and figured it out. Over 100,000 science studies document algae's extraordinary benefits. This extensive research confirms algae and the ability to improve energy. Algae to improve your energy, your longevity. See, so there's a lot of G in that. Brain health, mitochondrial health, immune health, gut health, bone health, skin health, nutritional health, metabolical health, and more. All of this is due to algae's power to naturally reduce inflammation and restore cellular health. Okay, so that is good. Here's the point. Reduce inflammation and restore cellular health. That's real good. That is the point. That is why we are doing this. Love is nourishing. So is algae. Over 40 vitamins and minerals. What? 40 vitamins and minerals? That sounds pretty good. I'll need that in my backpack. Algae has the most nutrient. Algae is the most unique nutrient. Why do we got a picture of all these vegetables? We don't need those. I thought we were eating algae. 3 times more protein than steak. 430 more amino acids. Algae is amino acid than collagen powder. 500 more chlorophyll than arugula. And 7,000x more superoxide dismutase than cabbage. I don't know if cabbage is low or high in that. Put that in the comments down below. Do you know cabbage? Okay. Love is sustainable. So is algae. Nickel. I'm saying nickel like the coin, by the way. Algae farmers have zero carbon footprint. Oh man, I'm going to get in so much trouble for this. My wife is going to kill me if she sees this. Without algae, we wouldn't have a sustainable way to feed the world, restore our health, or protect the environment. I don't know about all that. That's just some kind of whatever. That's an appeal to the granola crowd. Love is for everyone. So is algae. Algae is for all ages. Oh, Granddad took the kids out to play in the yard. Algae tablets and blah blah. It's so good. It'll do your taxes. Cures high blood pressure. Runny nose. It'll help you do your taxes. There's a lady that done it. She's super good. That lady's old, man. She's like real old, but like look at her skin. You know what I mean? So she's got on smart glasses. That was a big sell for me. You know the glasses, and then we got old hair but smooth face because of makeup. So I mean she must be doing it right. She's got the Apple notebook out. And she's got letters. There's letters and stuff. Okay. My mission is to educate and empower others with evidence-based science. Now, this chick right here, I'm telling you right now, she's a good chick. Like she's really doing the things. And it improves physical, mental, mitochondrial, gut health, immune health, longevity, and life. Catherine Arnston. PhD, MBA, BA, founder, CEO, Chief Scientific Officer of Energy Bias Incorporated. And you can get just the energy side, you can get just the cleaning outside. I got both, which is this, the Vitality. I don't know. I'm probably making somebody mad with this video. If you're mad, then, you know, get a sense of humor, I guess. Oh, look, she wrote on there. She loves us. She just loves that we're buying this stuff. And that's what I got right there. But you can get the different for recovery, for energy and stuff. So like you can eat the energy ones, work out, take some recovery ones, I guess. If you want good skin, you know what I mean. I think they got one that'll do your taxes. I don't know. Anyway, what's this thing? This came with it too. This is cool. I mean, look, like you got this whole deal right here. Here, scan this deal right here. Scan me to learn more. Did you get it? All right, good deal. And like I said, I'm just documenting the journey. I'm sold. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get this stuff and I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna let you know how it works. This is, what are they? Hey, welcome. You know what I mean? She's so nice. She's so nice. Very polite scientist. I like that. I like my women feminine and polite. That is very easy to work with. Okay, so you know, here's a thing. You can screenshot that. You know what I mean? Here's some of this. You know, there's that. There's that. And I'm low dosing this stuff because I don't know how it's going to affect anybody in the family. That's enough for a month for one person. Eating 30. We're doing eat 10 a day, approximately. With like just eyeballing it. You could probably count the bits or whatever. And that is our Vitality bit section of the video. I hope that works out for you. Got this nice little... the workout must be working. I was mad. I thought that they had... Because it said there was two things. I was like, oh man, they sent me 2 5-pounders. Anyway, we're going to dig into this. We're going to get the knife out. You got to carry this at all times. It's real good. You got to have a knife. Okay, let's have a look at here. Let's see what we got. Okay, there's 7,500 plus servings. Now this here is supposedly a high nutrient, low sodium salt. So there it is right there. So this is your Pechin salt. You probably don't, this not so much a, it's almost like you're just eating it from the beach or something. You know what I mean? It's not a, yeah, I guess you could put it in a shaker, but it's got a little moisture to it. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, come on, they're running a business. But this is $114. And I do it like this. Like, see how much I grabbed? I go like that in my water. Maybe we should make a bottle of water. I don't have anything ready. Oh, let's drink this coffee I made. There's that refrigerator we was working on. So that's real good. So yeah. We'll lick my finger. Stick it in there. See how much stuck on there? Just that much right there. How does it taste? Tastes like a white sand beach. That's what, I mean, seriously, that's what it tastes like to me. I don't know the particulars on this deal. See if we can get down to the nut cutting on this deal. Oh, it's solar dehydrated. I like that. Oh, here's the thing. I'll just cut it open. There ain't no fixing this. So there's a thing. Can you get the thing? If you want to screenshot that, there you go. And then this here, we've got a. Looks like it's got 20% of your sodium. Come on. There we go. Vitamin D, nope. Oh, it's got a little magnesium in it. No potassium. So, not sure what the heck. This might not be what I thought it was. Unrefined sea salt, dehydrated. Anyway, that's salt. And may or may not need to let it dry out some more. It does seem kind of pasty, actually. It's a bit moist. I don't know if that's good or bad. I think it would make a like if you're going to do the salt bath, you know what I mean. I was watching a thing. There's a deal. It's called Dead Doctors Don't Lie. You can look that up. Dead Doctors Don't Lie VHS. And there's a guy. It's about 2 hours long, but this guy explains the requirements of a farmer to be like you give your animals a salt lick and everything so they don't get sick, because it wouldn't make any sense if you had to pay all this money to take care of your animals. You would just harvest that animal before he got too sick and then just like get other animals that ain't sick. And it turns out like if you put a salt lick out there, then they don't get sick. So, your minerals and stuff is a big deal. All the farmers know it. And somehow they didn't bridge the gap. But it's called Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And he reads a bunch of obituaries. And he shows how a lot of this stuff affects your health. Okay, so, laying all jokes aside. Go here and sit down. I've been standing up too long. I've been working for like 5 hours. Let's go over here to the thinking section. Oh, yeah. You need a nice rocking chair. Come on, little old dog. Look at who we got. We got little old dog. Okay, don't do that. This is Dad to all the wee little pups. And get you a wiener dog. I mean, like, you know what I mean? If we're going to promote stuff, look at this. He's cute. Look. Oh, he'll give you a hug. He's just as lovable as can be. Look, here's another one. It's the Goodfellas. Come here. This is our 2 males. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come on. Oh, it's the Goodfellas. Look at the look on his face. Isn't that just cute and humble and nice and lovely? Little old dog, what you doing, little old dog? Oh, look, he's finger licking good. He's licking my fingers. Okay, so there's little old dogs. Ask me about my little dogs. Ask me about my little old dogs. They're good. Little old dogs. Little old bitty old dog. Little old bitty old dog. Little old bitty old dog. Oh, there he goes. Look, he's falling down. Oh, look, he gets back up. See, he's automatic. He just gets right back up on his own. And they reproduce. This one is very, very ready to reproduce. Anyways, we're holding off. We're going for the early spring pups. The heat came too late for the the holiday market for the average folks. I had a wild day at a big church service last night. It was big. It was good. And the making it to the house was good. Drove down here from Illinois and did the 75 hard. I worked out on the way down and got the shower in and all that. Got here and it's got to be 100 degrees because Texas. It's not that bad if you don't go outside in between about 2 and November. You know what I mean? So you might want to keep that in mind if you're going to come down here. It's very hot. And look at this guy. Look at him. Are you camera shy? What you doing, little old dog? Hey, what you doing, little dog? Their favorite. They like questions. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? With your fluffy tail? Are you okay? Are you okay? Anyways, they like the questions. What are you doing, little buddy? You're a good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. Yeah, this is a good fellas. This one at the end, like that. I'm like, what are you doing, fella? What are you doing, fella? Do you like spirulina? Spirulina? You want some spirulina? Huh? You want spirulina? You want some Curella? You want some you want some of that something, don't you? That's what you want. He's like, I'll do anything to get out of this house, to get out there with them girls. Anywho, so Dad seen that RFK Jr. Was using, he put some of that methylene blue, and looking up on that, it does a lot for your mitochondria as well. But the that oxide dismutase stuff, it's that's where there's a lot of vitality in that, and the structure of the food that you eat. You know what I mean? Get back to the building blocks. You know what I mean? I honestly think, and I'm going to document it. It'll be hard to tell at this point. I'm actually breaking the rules. Like, I should change one thing in my life at a time, but I you know, I'm a teetotaler. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to go all in, and I guess that kind of messes up my carnivore stuff by eating the stuff. I don't care. I don't care. I'm getting healthy. So if I can get rid of some of the toxins, up the other stuff, get this other stuff going on inside my carcass, have proper carcass to walk throughout the earth. It makes sense all the way around, you know. And like, how hard is it to eat, you know? And man, that I ate 6 of them things. I stuck my finger in that salt. I took a couple sips of coffee with some milk in it. It's decaf coffee, because I poured the coffee in the scoop thingy, and then I looked at the bag and it said decaf. I'm like, why do we even have decaffeinated coffee in this house? I have no idea. Like, yeah. Anyway, that's what happened. So we're doing the decaf today, and I'll probably drink one of them first form drinks after a while. I'm gonna go work out. I got to take the weights down to the truck stop, get them back in the truck so I can do my lifting, because I've been doing all bands, and my core, like my spine and my connective tissues, to like my rib area, and then all my core muscles from the use of the resistance band. I have come a long way. I can really, really tell a difference. And like I said, when I came in, I was mad because the thing on my phone said that the salt company sent me 2 items. But I just ordered 125 bag of salt. And then when I picked that box up, UPS box, I'm walking over here and I'm just like, man, this is 2 5-pound sacks. And I was like, man, they charged me $114 for 2 5-pound sacks of salt. And I just, felt like a sucker. And to open it up, sure enough, there's a 25-pound sack in there. I was like, oh, wow. Then I had Dennis pick it up. I said, Dennis, how heavy do you think this is? He picked that box up. He said, oh, he's probably about 25 pounds. I was like, yeah, actually it is. It is a 25-pound sack. So at a pinch of salt a day for, 10 people max, with the other salts that we have, that's a great addition. That little travel size salt thing, and that baggy spirulina, the vitality bits, I'm putting that in a go bag. Like, I'm definitely going to do that. That is for sure. I'm probably going to put it right there. Yeah. Anyway, I can't tell too much about my bag. That's I understand why people share and try to encourage people and stuff like that, but your mind has got to be the ultimate weapon. It's got to be the best business tool. It's got to be the best for your marriage and the best for taking care of your kids. So, you want to read the books and build your mind, and then you want to physically have the building blocks that to whatever degree you can do. Uh, it just checks all the boxes for me, and I want to be able to. Well, there's a story in the Bible about the talents, and one guy hit it in the hole. The other dude did business. A couple other dudes did business. One did real good. The other one was awesome, and the one that was awesome, God took away from the one that didn't do nothing. They gave it to the one that was doing awesome. So I think that's really good. And then thinking about business and stuff like that, I've always been a fly under the radar kind of guy, but I don't know if it was because of necessity or laziness. But I always seen a window like when I was building the houses, I noticed the roofer showed up, and he had a nice truck. He worked till 2 o'clock. He left done with paycheck in hand, and yeah, and it was a nice sized check. And I'm like, we'd be building a house, and this guy'd show up or whatever. For those that don't know, I went to college when I was supposed to start high school because I was rowdy and I was intelligent by their standards. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, we don't want to deal with this dude. And like, he's smart. He's too smart for his own good. You know what I mean? So let's be real clear. It wasn't like I'm not talking about some type of. Anyways, I'm trying to. What's that young something? I'm not trying to say I'm super smart or something like that. It's just it was more they passed me along, and then I got in trouble and stuff, and then I just took the test and went to college, and then I got out of there. I just went for a little while, and then I started building houses, and I was like, why am I in school when I could just be swinging this hammer, making more money than I'm going to make if I stay in school? You know what I mean? So I just did that, and uh, life happens, and you learn all these different things, and then you get to, well, for me, I got to like 40, 45. All these years are just like, you're seeing everybody you're just falling apart, and it's like, you see somebody that's just like, anything helps, and they obviously have been drinking and drugging. And it's like, okay, yeah, you're making terrible choices or whatever. And then you see these seemingly good people, and they are, falling apart with all these diseases and stuff. And then it's like, every time you turn around, there's some kind of, oh, it's the end of the world, and somebody's going to get you. And these companies went overseas, like Apple went overseas and just trained all of Asia and put in all these factories and stuff. You know what I mean? And then like, these kids over here making cell phones and stuff like that. They're educated on how to manufacture, and they got all these different stuff. And then like they're just not paying them, but that's like a tragedy. And then you look at our kids, and they're just like they have no skills, and they've been spoiled, and they're so spoiled. I see that thing with Patrick Bet-David, and it's like called Surrounded or whatever, and all these 20-something-year-old kids out in California are like, oh, I got it so bad, and I'm such a victim, blah blah blah, and he's like, you can do it. Like, I'm an example of that. You can actually lift yourself out of your circumstances, And like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but like, you don't have the market cornered on problems. You know, like, we've all got problems. You know what I mean? So, and then, you know, they don't believe in God, and nobody ever spanked them when they got out of line. You know, this one's just like talking all crazy right in Patrick's face or whatever like that, and I was just like, these kids need slapped in the mouth and told how it is. Like, you know, I say it all the time. Like my grandpa, and his name was Rex, and he was twin brother was Rue. Now Rex, he was, you know, grandpa, and he kind of tell you, be nice or whatever like that, and buy you some candy or whatever, and give you a quarter to play a video game at the arcade type of guy. But he would beat your ass, like I mean, if you got out of line, like if you told grandma, "Fuck you, grandma," dude, you're getting punched in the face. And I don't mean like, uh, I mean, you put yourself in the place of a man and challenge this man's wife, and this man will punch you in the face. And he was like the nice of the two. Rue was like military police. Like, yeah, I mean, he did some anti-terrorism over in Germany one time, and you remember hearing about the big uprising of the terrorists in Germany? Probably not, because Rue DeGraff and some guys just like-minded ended that shit. Like, it was not a big campaign or whatever. I mean, these dudes, they fought literal Nazis. You know what I mean? And yeah, they later did other things, but uh, they were identical twins. And Rue came to visit Rex in Shoto, Oklahoma. There was a guy in town, he's like the local, blowhard or whatever like that. And uh, he decided that he was going to run his neck, and it didn't work out for him. And I was thinking the other day, I was like, when I was growing up in Oklahoma, and the things I see today, it's the difference is amazing to me. And recently, being in New England, seeing how nice they were to each other, it was refreshing that people were nice. Don't get me wrong, but I remember when people in Boston would fight, and they'd be like, they would just talk crazy to you, be like, get out of here and all this kind of stuff or whatever. And if they challenged you over a parking spot or whatever, and you got in a fight over it, and then you know whoever won was, I mean, that's the way it was. I mean, it was commonplace. And then like now, it, they're just they're feminized everywhere I go. You know what I mean? But especially up there, it was amazing to me because my uncle Ed, married a lady from up that way, so we had cousins and stuff that was up there in Boston. Everybody in Oklahoma's got cousins out in California, because back in the Dust Bowl days, a lot of us went out there, and then yeah, like if you're out there around San Francisco and all that, just drive back east for about an hour, and then just look at the surrounding area, and you'll find some degraphs out there. And yeah, they're not. It's yeah. California's a red state with blue cities and terrible leadership because of gerrymandering, and everybody's known that since the '90s. I don't know why everybody else is just now figuring these things out. I'm amazed at how many times I see stuff on TV, in the news, acting like, oh, well, they're changing the district maps. I'm like, yeah, they do that. Like, of course. I mean, what's new? I thought this was the news. Like, oh, okay. Well, you guys are just now figuring this out. It's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. But in business and stuff, I learned, the roofer's working for the builder and or the homeowner doing a re-roof. And then I also learned that in the hailstorms, there's the local roofing business, and he's just hired somebody to cover all these houses because he don't have the capacity, right? So I learned that I could go into the town and I could find 3 to 4 local, and then I could also under their name and heading, I could sell the jobs, and then I could run the jobs, and because the salesman, it's more than sales. You also have to kind of do the logistics of getting the material on site and all that kind of stuff, and then the crews. So like if you're the crew boss, you got the truck, the tools, and the guys. The salesman's just one dude in a truck with a ladder. He's talking to the homeowners. He's filing paperwork, stuff like that. And then the owner of the roofing company, when all this is said and done, and then something leaks, it's on him to fix it, right? And there was a sweet spot, and what's crazy is it's like a significant amount goes to the crew, and then the salesman makes the same amount as the crew, and then the company man, he's just doing 10% off the top. So you're doing this roof, and let's say it's $12,000, and then there's 4,000 for the materials, and you're paying this crew 1,500, and then the salesman's making like 2,200, and then the taxes get paid out of all that. The homeowners getting they usually got like $1,000 deductible. The roof's 3 or 4 years old, because these are in hail situations. So you got to pay their deductible and depreciation. That's a couple grand. Generally, you can run the numbers on this thing and give the homeowner about $1,000. Be like, hey, look, let me see your insurance stuff. Here's this, here's that. 15, 22, 1,000 going to the company man. And here's your deductible, your depreciation, and here's what's left. And then they'll see what's left on this thing. It's like $1,000. And then they got their upfront check. You take the upfront check to buy the material. And then you get paid upon completion, and then you pay out everybody on what's going on. By the third house, you got enough in your pocket that you can just pay these guys to do the roofing or whatever. So, I mean, I went from, carrying the shingles up a ladder to, actually, I was nailing shingles on day one with a nail gun, and then later was on a professional crew, and I was just a laborer. And then I watched them dudes and how they were getting down, and crew to crew to crew to crew to crew. I just started gleaning the best parts. Like some of them are super fast, but they're shit quality. And so I'm like, how are you fast? And these other dudes, they're slow as dirt. Slow as molasses, but the quality is just, I mean, this dude's like, popping a line every 45 minutes, making sure he's straight and his nail placement's perfect, and he's over there adjusting his nail gun, you know what I mean, and adjusting uh, the regulator on the air compressor, and tightening all his guns up, doing all this maintenance to his equipment before he ever even shoots a nail. You know what I mean? And this is all just on shingle roofs, residential. And then later getting into the commercial, the EPDM, the TPO, and all these different roofs. Look at that. And then I got a dog. Then I had a little old dog, and he was good. You heard that door, you thought she was coming in, didn't you? You see? Oh, man. Oh, we did, little buddy. He's a good fella. Yeah, he is. He's a good fella. Anyways, I need to take one of these dogs with me, but I don't think it's right to have a dog in the truck. They need to be able to go and run. I guess now that I'm, walking 5 miles a day with a backpack, I guess I could take the dome. I guess I could take you with me. You want to go on the truck? Anyways, so I learned that the company man, he wasn't making that much money off of these deals, but he stayed in one town. So that's good. So like being a family man, you want to stay put, but traveling's where the money's at. And then, yeah, uh, so I never really wanted to run the show as far as like I never did. I never did the business as far as it's my show type of thing. But I did run the business where like I'm the crew and I'm the salesman. But I would go and I would work under everybody else's license and insurance type stuff. And then because that's where the it was like a large chunk of the check. You know what I mean? So there's eh, $4,500 of profit in this $12,000 roof, and I could get this, you know, 2,000 selling and this 1,500 running the crew, and then because I'm on the roof, I'm quality control. Okay, that did by showing up, doing some sales, go back, get the dudes, come with a crew while the I already know where I'm going. I already know where the hotels are. I already got the jobs lined up, everything. I might even come back with 2 or 7 crews and order all the stuff outside of the region. And now ABC is trucking in, and they're not going to ABC supply. The trucks are coming. The over the road trucker that would go to ABC and then offload about 3 houses, 4 houses worth of shingles. Now he's just coming to the neighborhood. You know what I mean? So I'm doing ABC a favor, so they're getting to drop ship straight to the neighborhood where it's all hailed out. See what I'm saying? So they don't have to overhead it, unload it, and then load it on their truck, and then have their guy take it out to the specific spot. And we're Oklahoma dudes. Like, we don't need a conveyor belt to put the roof on the roof. You know what I mean? So we'll just carry that shit up the ladder and get it done. It's faster anyway. So that's the craziest part. The more that you mechanize and the more that you automate, the slower you get. So the more that you have the human spine under proper guidance and training, it is so much faster. And then like you can't get to every little spot with this conveyor truck and blah blah. So there's no conveyor truck, there's no conveyor, there's no logistics at the warehouse and dealing with all that. So you got a warehouse guy, and you got the trucker bringing it out. Now he's got this, issue of he's got to load his truck out for this house and go and do, and then come back and then pick up another one, go and do. And I'm scheduling this stuff, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, I have a semi loaded with this, and this. And ABC is calling this in to Johns Mansfield at the plant. And the plant is putting it on a semi truck. The semi truck is stopping in the residential neighborhood. And we're pulling this stuff off with this piggyback, set these pallets in these driveways, man. And I'm just like, 42 houses get the shingles delivered, and generally bring in about 2 semis a week, and then with 2 decent crews, you can do a house a day. You know what I mean? So that's 14 houses. And then I got to where I was doing, I called it working 11 days a week. So we went to this hailstorm, and yeah, I got to leave out the particulars because I don't know that everything was above board. Some of these guys are so terrible. Anyway, some of the affiliates, the Prophet did build High Bank Speedway in Salina, Oklahoma, though. I will say that. So that was some of the affiliates back then. But yeah. Anyway, so I'm not fat enough for you to sit there. You're sliding down because I'm not fat. That's good. We'll get on up here. There you go. So, oh, was you trying to stay on camera? Yeah, you're a good little dog. You're all right. You're all right. I like you. Yeah, I don't like that. I see what you was eating earlier. Chewing on something dead out there, wasn't you? Anyways, so by getting this stuff all lined up and set, came back, got the guys, and I brought 2 crews, and I would work one in the morning, one in the evening, one in the afternoon, and just wear them out. Take them to the hotel, jump in the creek, go pick up the next set, go right back to town, and hit another house. And then I was working with well, back then they called it Neighborhood Watch. So I meet up with the leader of the Neighborhood Watch and be like, hey man, we can't have all this stuff come up stole. You know what I mean? So, we're going to have to watch this stuff overnight. So the homeowners would do certain things to be able to, because back then there was one was a frog. And when you'd walk by, you'd go like that, you know what I mean? Because it was motion activated. And there were some motion activated lights and stuff like that. But the one of the things we did was you'd put the motion activated deal on the material, and then you just stretch out a low voltage cord and then just put the light in the house. So if somebody's out there and they walk past the material, then the light would come on. You know what I mean? So the semis show up. You schedule like 2 on like Sunday or whatever. You know what I mean? And you get them all set out and everything, and you deploy the devices. And one guy had his set up where he would splice into the uh, doorbell system in the house. So you'd be like, bing, bong, you know what I mean? Somebody's stealing your shingles. Anyway, and it's low voltage, so you can run the thing with a AA battery. We use them 9-volt batteries, but anyway. And all the parts used to, there was these frogs that I specifically remember because we got a whole pallet of them, and we got them over there at, well, I can't say where that's at either. Anyway, we took the parts, because like the frog would just go, when you walk by, you look down, there's a plastic frog there, it's just kind of funny. And they were like, I don't know, $6 or something crazy. And we bought a whole pallet of them things. And then but it was just to take it apart and get the parts of the inside, and then you'd wire it up and everything. And yeah. So, and this was a long time ago. You could probably buy all this stuff off the shelf now. But back then, you had to make stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you just had to figure it out, and it ain't like this stuff was some kind of, oh, I need to patent this because I'm the only person that ever thought of this or whatever like that. This is just like some rednecks, like, don't steal my stuff. This is just like some rednecks talking about, we need to work because I want a truck and a boat to go fishing. I want a car to drive over here at this circle track. You know what I mean? Like, because that's cool. And I take that one crew in the morning, one crew in the evening. Then we would work half a day on Saturday, and I'd let them rest on Sunday. So I called that working 11 days a week. And I had one guy that kept up with me for probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. Then he petered out. He went back to one day a day. But I would pay by the day. So when I'd hire you, based on your skill level, what you're bringing to the table, laborers were $100. Roofers could be $150, could be $250. Anywhere between $1 and $250 a day. in 2000 money. So that's probably like $600 to $800 a day in today's money. Because back then you could get a belt for your lawnmower for $20 and you were mad. And I just paid $76 for a belt for my lawnmower, which I'm fixing to go put that on. That's what I need to do. I got to bag my salt and go put the belt on the lawnmower and set the deck height higher so that so Dennis doesn't break the belt. I'm like, why is this belt broke? That don't make no sense. And I see the I tell you to mow, and then my wife's like, don't mow, the grass will die. It's hot outside, and I'm like, mow it so it dies, and we don't have to keep mowing. And now it's tall, and the lawnmower's breaking, so very difficult to exist with your wife. You know what I mean? Because like her thoughts are, have a pretty yard, and my thoughts are, I don't want the lawnmower to break. And there's a give and take there. Of course, we don't want the grass to die out and have a dust bowl around here, but anyway, yeah, I need to go do that. So I'm going to get off here, and that's what's going on today. Look at this thing my wife got. You see that thing? It's like a bird deal. Y'all see that? Despite all my rage, I'm still just a bird in a cage. That's a bird standing outside of a bird cage, I guess. That's pretty cool, though, ain't it? Is that pretty cool? I think that's pretty cool. All right, Raquel, go get him.